Hey, what's up, everyone? You are listening to the J, and this is the TOMICA Podcast Edition, Episode 11. Hope everyone is having a good midweek. And this one took a few days to be released because I'm still looking for my 4K camera, which I have not found yet. It's somewhere, just don't know where. And so far, the fact that I'm not having any luck as of yet, my worst fear is that when I got a lot of packages in, I hope I did not put it in a box where of things that were being trashed, and I hope I did not do that. That would be terrible. But for the most part, I do have another camera, and I was able to record some footage of recent Tomica that I did receive. But first, let's go ahead and check out some of the news right now. This one is with the Takara Tomy display case that can light up your Tomica. It has an LED right there on the top. And I think this is really cool for people who are really interested in displaying their Tomica. You could imagine how small these little cases are. But these will be released on July 15th. They're called the Tomica Light Up Theater Connect. And there are two colors, solid black and cool gray. And each would cost 1760 yen, so about 14 bucks US dollars. So this Light Up Theater Connect is a display case where you can display your favorite Tomica in a cool and fashionable way. The height is 100 by 75 by 61 millimeters. That's width, height, and depth. And if you purchase more than one, you can stack them or connect them horizontally for display, as you can see in this image right here. Personally, I think it's cool if you have a few, but if you have so many, it's just... I kind of like those original display cases that I did. I think I talked about in the second episode or so. But these are cool. It's just, especially if you have a favorite and you want to display it in the office. They run through three AAA alkaline batteries. And, there's two windows on the right side of the main unit. So when you connect and turn on the LED, the light is transmitted to the left and right. And there is an effect that makes things look like it's brighter. So, yep, I think that's pretty cool. Very cool. Let's check out the next news. Okay, this one is rather interesting. This is the All About Tomica Limited Vintage Skyline. So this is a book from Neko Publishing Division, and it comes with a mini car. So I think that's pretty awesome. I would imagine this is going to be a little bit more expensive, as this is a vintage line. So let's see here how much it costs. So this will be released on July 28th. Reservations start from June 26th. And it's only available on bookstores nationwide, online bookstores, including the official online shopping site of Neko Publishing. There are two types of mini cars in the appendix, red and gray version and red and black version. Both will be released at the same time. The price is 5280 yen, so about $46 or so. Full color, 80 pages, A5 size. And so it depends on which one you want. Do you want the little reddish skyline, classic skyline right here with the gray, or would you rather have it in black? So that's actually a tough one, because you probably want both. But yeah, I think this is a complete catalog of the limited vintage Skyline related mini cars that have been released for the past 19 years. And it's content that can be used as a collector's guide for those who are interested in the Tomica limited vintage line. And I think, if anything, the red and gray two-tone and the red and black two-tone are really cool. 80 pages, that's actually very good. That's very good. So when I think about it, usually you tend to spend about, in Japan, close to 15, well, actually probably like 2,000 yen, about 20 bucks. So factor in the 3,000 yen of the vehicle, $30, it comes out about the right price. And it's not like this is going to be released like these Tomica famous editions that are going to be released every 2 weeks. This one is just a one-time thing, and so you might want to take advantage of it while you can. It should be cheaper on Amazon, possibly, but we'll see. But I think one of the things that I do like is this one right here with the red and black. This one is looks like it's modeled after the Seibu Keisatsu. I do have the Tomica Premium of that, but this one is the vintage version. So, yeah, this one's going to be very much detailed, and I think if anything, it's just worth checking out. Okay, so what you're looking at here is the Mazda CX-60 and the Sakura, Nissan Sakura. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shift right now to a video that I shot yesterday. A little late, actually, so my voice may sound a little bit more deep. But yeah, this one is the latest Tomica that I received for the week, so I hope you enjoy that. Let's check it out. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Tomica Podcast Edition. And for today's episode, you know what? I haven't found my other 4K camera yet. Somewhere, hopefully still in this house, but so far I've looked everywhere and I've been unable to find it. So it's rather unfortunate, but for the most part, the show must go on. So I welcome everyone to episode 11. This is your host, Kennedy. And here are some of the things that I got recently. So what we see here is the Tomica Wild Speed. And this is the Tomica Unlimited of the number 6 of the Nissan Skyline GTR from 1999. And for those of you who are not familiar with the Skyline GTR, which has been featured on the several films for Wild Speed. Wild Speed is what the name is of Fast and Furious in Japan. I'm not sure. Well, maybe I think I know why, because I think Wild Speed is a lot easier for Japanese to pronounce. Fast and Furious, because the R's and the L's would be very difficult. So for those people who cannot pronounce it, I think Wild Speed makes it a lot easier to say for Japanese as a English word versus furious. Otherwise it's going to be furioso. It'd be a little difficult, but yeah, what you see here, and it's interesting because even though it says Wild Speed right here, it shows Fast and the Furious 1999 Skyline GTR. So let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open it. This is one of the cool things about Tomica, is that you can literally open a box and then repackage it later. So here is the box right here. Here are the contents. This is actually a pretty big box compared to most Tomica releases, but here we go, right here. Let's see here. Can we get a little close up on here? There we go. Check that out. It's a beautiful car. Doors do open. And let's see here. Look at that. Look at that tail. Very nicely done. It's actually a very well done car. Trying to think if I have a Hot Wheel version of it. Because I was going to do a side-by-side comparison, but for the most part, this is a very cool looking car. and it's not that bad for the price on Amazon. You see it, I think right now it's back at around 900 yen, so it's about what, $7. So better than 1,200 that it went up to, or 1,300 actually, which is more like $10. You know, it was like that for almost over a month. But you kind of have to get them. They're a lot cheaper, but this is a beautiful vehicle right here. So this is the Takara Tomy Wild Speed, and this is the 1999 Skyline GTR. And this is number 6 for the Tomica Unlimited. Let's go ahead and check out the next vehicles that I got. Actually, you know what? Before I get to the vehicles, let me go ahead and let's talk about this one right here. You guys saw my review of the second Tomica, the Famous Collections, and right here is the binder. So what the binder will do is that, let's say that you, because of, well, the first one is really nicely done and you don't want to mess that one up, but for number 2 and up, you're gonna have to figure a way, if you separate the car with the box, the small box, away from the magazines, the question you're gonna have is, what are you gonna do with these magazines here? Well, this is what this this binder will be used for. So let's check it out real quick. Let me go ahead and open it up. Let's see here. Okay. Let's take. Here we go. Interesting. Well, this is not exactly what I had in mind. Okay, so inside that red box you get this sticker here, and here are the instructions. So I guess how they want you to do it is by separating it, and then you're going to have to pretty much create, I see what you have to do. It's pretty much putting these little magazine things on those white portions. So you're going to have to separate, let's see. Now, what a pain in the butt. I got to do this with one hand. So let me try to do that real quick. Hold on. Okay, finally got it on here. So I think what the object of this is to have maybe 3 books or so, or maybe for people to have like page separators or so. But my intention of getting this binder is not to have just a few of these issues, but I want to have one issue dedicated to one of these plastic pegs up here. And as you can see, there's many of them. So, and I believe they're going to be releasing, how many was there? 60 or so? So I think, yeah, if you're going to get like 3 binders, and there's about how many are there? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you got about 20. I would imagine you could contain about 20 booklets. So that's why there's 3 here. So this will be volume 1, and I should have 2 through 20. Well, it depends if I tear apart the first book from that first box, but not sure if I'm going to do that. But for the most part, yeah, this is, it pretty much stays in place. So I'm shaking it right now, as you can see. But yeah, I think this is a cool binder. So if you want to read the booklet, if you want to collect all your famous collection magazines and have something to look for, then yes, definitely, it's definitely worth checking out. So it's about well, it says here about 1650 yen. I believe you can get about, yeah, probably like 1500 maybe on Amazon, depending on when you check. But so now knowing that, yeah, if you are planning to get the full complete collection, then you're definitely going to need 3 binders. But for now, the first one will do for me. Don't know of how many I will get. If I'm going to be a completionist, I have no idea. But yeah, this is the binder. It's kind of, I'm not sure if it's gonna, doesn't really close up all that well, but yeah, it keeps on wanting to, I wonder, I don't know. It doesn't really close up unless I put it back in the box. Let's do that real quick. Nah, it's still pretty much stays. Oops. No, it pretty much keeps on wanting to be fully open. So I think the more you keep it, let's say if you keep it like in a bookshelf or so, the actual binder will probably close up in that way over time. But for now, yeah, it just keeps on wanting to open up wide. As you can see in these instructions, right now I have it almost on like an American style where it's going from left to right, but as you can see here, they're doing it from right to left. Typical Japanese. For those of you who are not familiar with Japanese publications, they're read the opposite way as American magazines, where you're starting from the back, and the front is our front is usually the last page for Japanese magazines or publications. So, but yeah, this is a binder for the famous collection, and you know, is it a major recommend? It's really up to you. It depends of how you want to keep your those magazines safe, and then the binder is really worth it. But yeah, definitely take advantage of it now while the Japanese yen is at its lowest at the point of time being. Otherwise, you're going to be paying, once things get better, you're going to be paying almost equal. So if you want to order it now, get your 3 binders, do it now while you can. I have pre-ordered the remaining of the 6. So the 4 left, which will go through August, and then we'll see how things go for the rest of the year. I think, as you can see here, the next one will be the Toyota 2000 GT. But this is a really cool magazine, actually. And a lot of people were like, well, I can't read Japanese. It's not, I can't, well, it's no use for me. Well, you know what? One thing you can do is, if you have Google Translate, you can use that as a way to read the Japanese text. So there are ways to do that. So don't fret too much that you can't read them. But these Tomica collections are really cool. And see if I can get it focused here. But again, yeah, the famous collections, I definitely recommend it. The first and second one are awesome, with the Fairlady Z and now the Subaru 360. But yeah, adding this binder is very cool, and it's just, yeah, it's gonna take some time for this to close. Keeps on wanting to open. So yeah, let's go on to the next. I forgot to mention, for those of you who are wondering how the front looks, this is the front right here, and this is the binder side right here, and I just put the #1 sticker on there. to designate that this is going to be the first binder of this TOMICA Themes collection. And there's the rear right there. But yeah, I think once once I probably put it in a bookshelf or so, hopefully the binder will close up a little bit more. But for now, yeah, this is fine. Yeah, these are not too expensive, and here are the big old box right here. It's only about 1,500 yen, so not too bad. Probably gonna get 2 more of these, and that should be good. Okay, so you know what? I definitely wanted to try to see if I could put the first issue. The first issue is, you know, pretty much made of paper, but the second one, I mean, the first issue is actually made of like a glossy paper. The second one is not, but it's because the first one was the initial release and also the cheapest release, but somehow it has the best packaging compared to the newer ones. So, but yeah, I was able to get it. The first issue and so forth. So pretty much I divided it from the center of each publication, and then I put them into those white tabs, as you can see right here. So I did that to create some separation, but for the most part it'll be interesting when I get the first 20 issues here. So I wonder if it's going to be like a telephone book by having all those magazine pages, but for the most part, I can't complain. These famous collections are really cool, definitely worth checking out. But I'm actually glad to get the binder, and I definitely will get 2 more. Okay, so next up, I recently received the Isuzu Elf sidecar. And as I always said, Isuzu Elves or any K car tend to sell really quickly, and they're popular favorites. But you shouldn't have too much of a difficulty finding them. They're on Amazon. You can get it easily. You can get it cheaply. You just don't want to wait too long. So with this sidecar, this is the Isuzu Elf, and it's in yellow, as you can see right here. The windows are tinted, darkly tinted, and you can see right here the lights, and then you get these stickers right here. So placement of the stickers, you can pretty much go on Amazon to figure out how the stickers are supposed to be if you have any difficulty. But yeah, this is the vehicle right here, and I only got 2 of them, so one to open and just one to keep because I'm a big fan of the Isuzu Elves. And I think it's really cool that you have a sidecar right here, something that you usually see on the freeways, telling people to divert traffic, usually in, well, let's say California or so. You know, Caltrans or someone usually puts a sign, you know, with the usual, I think the usual orange cones that they have in the road, and sometimes you may get an orange sign telling you to slow down, and because you know, it'll merge to a single lane. In Japan, you tend to see a lot of these little sidecars telling you know to divert traffic and so forth. But yeah, this is the Isuzu Elf, yellow, different type of look. I like the Japanese sighting right here in the text. This is a pretty cool sidecar, so usually don't see something like this. They have released a sidecar before, don't get me wrong, but usually when you see Isuzu Elves, they're usually tied to some type of trailer or so for delivery. But this is a really cool one. I like how they have the yellow and you get the red and white stripes right there. You get the Isuzu logo right there. But overall, this is a very good vehicle. And the Isuzu Elf sidecar is definitely recommended. You can see the box right there. Number 26 in the Tomica red box, so definitely check that one out. Okay, so what we have here is actually an older one. This is the Ichihara City Fire Bureau Scrum Force 121 of the red box, the long edition. And this one comes with its own set of stickers right here. And it also comes with these little tiny small vehicles right here. Some plastic, you can see it in the box. They're like these little small robotic like vehicles right here. And the Scrum Force, here it is. This is really nice. I like that red. It is sticker based. It is not printed on the plastic, but still, this is a very cool vehicle. Now, this is actually the second time I bought this, and the reason why is not because I really liked it. It's like, you know, the first one I bought was actually 1,600 yen. It was expensive. I didn't think they were going to ever release this Scrum Force ever again, but it turns out that Amazon got a few and was selling it for 600 yen, and I said, you know what, this is a must buy, and I got it at the price. After I bought it, I noticed that they no longer had any in stock. So I started going on Amazon Japan and looking for releases from 2018 through 2021, and it appears that a few older ones came back on Amazon. So if you missed out on like the tank or the jets or certain vehicles, you might want to check it out right now, because some of those old ones have been listed on Amazon, and it's your chance to get some of those oldies right now. Well, they're not old, but you know, when it comes to Tomica, they don't re-release things year after year like Hot Wheels and different colors. You pretty much have to get, you're gonna have to wait 12 years or get a box set or something like that. But for the most part, you kind of have to jump on those deals. This one right here is one that you'll probably never see ever again, unless it's painted in a totally different color. But this is a really rare vehicle. I've never seen anything like it that comes with these little, like, I don't know if it's like a bomb diffusing trucks or whatever they are, but it's really cool. I really like it a lot. I tend to collect a lot of the Tomica fire trucks, but this one caught my eye. I know it's the Ichihara City Fire Bureau Scrum Force, but you usually don't see anything like this being released, and I had to jump on it. It's too good to pass up at 600 yen. So you might want to check Amazon. Again, a lot of things that are older are now being released again. They must have had a shipment come in for the longest time. I've been looking like months upon months, and it looks like they just got stuff in. So definitely check that out. If there are certain older ones that you're looking for from within the last 4 to 5 years. So this is the Ichihara City Fire Bureau Scrum Force. Definitely worth checking out. The stickers, a little bit too small for me, so probably not going to put them on. Just keep them in the box for now. And yeah, I'm glad I finally found this at a cheaper price, because spending 1,600 yen was a little bit tough, because it's not like Tomica are so rare that it's hard to find. It's just that it's usually the older ones that come out and that are no longer released, that you kind of have to jump on the price and get them while you can. But again, Amazon Japan, rarely do you see them bringing back some older stuff for release, so they must have had a stock just come in, and that's why they listed them. And I definitely jumped on that. One thing that's important, one thing I would do if you're definitely a collector of Tomica, is creating a spreadsheet and listing the numbers of the ones in numerical order. As you can see, this is number 121, but listing everything in numerical order. So you may have several different numbers of numbers 59 or so. But the thing is, though, is just what I do is I tend to have everything in black and everything listed, which ones are blisters or which ones are boxed, and then I have them. You know, if it's black, it means I own it already. If it's like brown or reddish like, it means that I don't have it, and if it's green, it means that that I ordered it and just waiting for it to arrive. So I usually color code my Excel sheets, spreadsheets, and get these all listed. It's actually pretty cool to you know, to just be organized in that fashion. But you know, there's people who have software for that. But for the most part, you know, doing things on Excel or some other spreadsheet is worth doing. If you do collect Tomica or Hot Wheels and Matchbox, I actually have to have it have it on a one of the cloud. So when I go to a store or whenever I need to buy something, I can look it up to make sure I don't accidentally buy things twice or 3 times or four times or 5 times. So, but yeah, this is the Chihara City Fire Bureau Scrum Force. Definitely check it out. Okay, so next up is the Tomica Toyota MR2 for the Tomica Premium line. This is at number 40. This is a new release right here. And it's a scale of 1/60, as you can see right there. And let's check it out. This is a beauty. My goodness, this is such an awesome, well-detailed vehicle. Does the doors open? Let's check it out. Nope. Doors do not open. But I think the headlights do. And not sure how to actually, you know, you got like most all of them have suspension, but you can see the line here that well, no, the doors do not open, but the lights do, I believe. I'm trying to look. Yes, right here. You can see it right here on the box that the lights do open. But the question is how to do it. So let me see if I can mess with this. Hold on here. Put this to the box right here. Is there an easier way to do this? Nope. Do I need to get, probably need a little blade or something to pop it out. Not having much luck here, but I know it can be done. I know it can be done, but the thing is that I don't want to take my little X-Acto blade that I use for my modeling to do it or scratch anything up, especially at this late time. I'm recording this right now. But for the most part, this is a very beautiful vehicle. Tires are really nice. I like that. Yep, you get the yep, you get the tops, the glass, the T-top, and yeah, this is a very cool Toyota MR2. So again, this is part of the Tomica Premium number 40, and just recently released. Look at that. See if you can get that logo right here. There you go. But yeah, it's really well done. I think the other color is black. So let's go ahead and check out another vehicle here. Okay, so next up, let's see if I can get this little focused a little bit. Come on, there we go. Okay, so the next up we have here is the needs more light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, next up we have here is the Tomica 50 of the red box, another new release featuring the Toyota Noah. So let's check out the vehicle right here. See if I can get this little focus. Come on, there we go. It's pretty has suspension. Kind of reminds me of a when Toyota used to release the Scions in its kind of interesting way of making it look cool. For those who usually don't buy vans, but this one is purely Japanese style. I know people like the Voxy or even the what's that other one? There's just so many Toyota vans, but for the most part, I think this is a really cool looking vehicle. You can get the usually when they release these, there was a second color. I think the other one's black, all black. But the reason why I got this one is because it's easier to see, and especially it's cheaper also. Usually the first set release tend to be like 400 yen more, like 900 yen. But this one is not too bad. This one is using a newer mold, so that's cool. But yeah, this is the Toyota Noah. This I don't see the lights back here, but yeah, I do like that little look of the grille. So that's the Toyota Noah, and I got one more vehicle to show you. Okay, so the next one we have here is the Mitsubishi Fuso Super Great Pull Trailer. And this is something that is quite unique, and I actually am contemplating getting a second or even a third. Okay, so what makes this one quite interesting is you get the Mitsubishi Fuso, something that's that's been released before, but you have this extender, which you really don't see on vehicles. That you can extend this this back section here. So let's say that you have this. I'm gonna go ahead. Everything is removable. Everything goes by the side. So, and let's say that you want to put this. You want to do this pipe. You could actually push this yellow thing in here, and you can actually make this to a vehicle that holds pipes, I suppose you could say. Let's go ahead, and then we're going to extend it a little bit more, just a little. There we go. So now you have the Mitsubishi Fuso with holding pipes. So yeah, I think this is a really good way of creating something that can hold large capacity things here. You get 3 poles. You get this little thing here, which I have no idea what this thing is really, but yeah, it comes as part of the main release. But this one is the one that's really weird because you have a little hand right here, and I'm not sure what this is supposed to mean. Looks like, well, okay, this is just my thought. Okay, you know how there's the big unicorn Gundam in Odaiba. They got the the RX-78 in Yokohama, and they have the other one in Shizuoka. But have you ever wondered how they transfer such big parts? And I don't know if this is a homage to the RX-78 or Gundam, but you imagine that they would have to they would have to put these large parts on a trailer. So perhaps this is what it is. You have this going on the back, being held like that on the back of the Fuso, and pretty much transporting a robotic arm. And I thought that was very, very cool to see. So in a way, that's why I want to get this. I'm probably going to get a second one, because there's just nothing like it, and usually you don't really see things like this being released. But this one, yeah, you get total like 4 things here, and I'm just surprised of how awesome this turned out. When I first saw it, I looked it up, and yes, there is a Mitsubishi Fuso, and I did a video, or several episodes ago, of how the actual vehicle looked like, and there is such a vehicle, but I haven't seen anything with the super long extensions. But if they do exist, this is just really cool. I could just see how it's utilized. It's just really it's a really cool trailer. It's probably, of the releases that I got, is most surprising, and something that I really liked a lot. So I definitely want to pick up maybe 1 or 2 more. So just for the collection. So, and probably one, maybe I'll do a giveaway. Who knows? But yeah, this is the last one of the latest things that I received this past week. Okay, before I conclude the episode, I just want to thank everyone who is supporting the podcast, have listened to it, and have discovered us through Neo Tokyo 2099. Thank you for your continued support and listening to this podcast. Things should actually, I should have everything all, hopefully back to normal. It's just the thing of losing my 4K camera is a tough pill to swallow, because those things are not cheap. But at the same time, I've had it. It was my main travel vlog camera when I went to Japan, and I just like the colors of it compared to the Canon that I'm using right now, my previous vlog camera. But for the most part, I'm just using the Canon right now, and it's not as colorful. So sorry if the colors were a little muted from that opening. But those are the Tomicas that I've released last week, and they're pretty cool, especially that Wild Speed Skyline. But for the most part, I just wanted to let people know that a lot of the cars that were released in the past few years, some of them have come back on Amazon Japan, so you may want to check. There has been sales on Tomica again. This one I had no intention of getting, which is the Tomica farm set or ranch set, but it has 3 cars, 4 pigs, and the only reason why I got it is because the price went from 2183 to 1600 yen, which is typically unheard of to see something drop that low for a set. But yeah, I think if anything, if I do see this zoo one go on sale, I'll probably get that one. Was an interesting thing one here with the dinosaurs. I'm not really into that, but I guess if you're gonna do like a park setting and have those cars, I guess I could see that happening, but it's not my type of thing. For the kids, they'll love it though. And before we go, I just want to add some clarification. I talked about the Toyota Noah, and it is the twin of the Toyota Voxy, but I think the main difference is the Voxy is a little bit more sportier. But the Toyota Noah goes by so many names. I think in Japan, as of late, the Noah is being marketed by Suzuki in Japan as the 4th generation Suzuki Landy as of August 2022. And, this one's replacing the previous Nissan Serena base model. It's always interesting to see certain vehicles that are made by another company being offered or marketed by another. It's just a little bit unusual to see, because if it's known for a Suzuki Landy, then by all means just call it the Landy. But that's how things are in Japan. Speaking of the Landy, here it is right here. So some of you may be wondering, how is that possible? Why is Suzuki, why are they working together with Toyota? Aren't they rivals or what? But I don't consider that as a more of a rivalry. I think it's, if anything, I call it like a global strategic partnership. In fact, Volkswagen and Suzuki announced their own global strategic partnership as of 2009. Volkswagen did buy a 20% stake in Suzuki Motors, but Suzuki has collaborated, with the Nissan. They released a mid-sized pickup truck called Nissan Frontier, but there's just other developments. Like even Suzuki did something with the Fiat, with the SUV called the Magyar Suzuki. But yeah, this is an interesting looking vehicle. But the Noah is the old school one. Again, looks like a Scion, but it's a van, pretty much. Look at that. Interesting. But yeah, I failed to mention that on the review of the Tomica die-cast metal vehicle, part of the regular red box line. But yeah, I think if anything, if you are looking for these certain vans, you had the Toyota Voxy release, and now you're having the Noah release, and then you're going to have a Sakura release. It's just, I think if anything, it's going to be it's very cool that these are getting to be released as a Tomica. But for the most part, everyone, I hope you have a good week. And for those of you in the U.S., I hope you guys have a good July 4th, a holiday week that's coming up. So you all take care, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.